Right. And there it is. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Our Parents' Basement. Thank you for joining us once again on a different time. It is indeed a Sunday night, not a Thursday night. And we are broadcasting, and we are going to be one short today as well. But you know what? We're going to make this work because that is the OPB way. And I would not have it any other way, honestly. So, yeah, let's get this thing started. I am Philip, and I'll be hosting. Actually, no, I won't be hosting. I will be co-hosting with the other person with me right now, and that is Jason, but I call him Turf. And Turf, aka Jason, how are you doing tonight?
Man, I am well. I'm excited. I'm refreshed from a little short vacation, and
All
I'm
right.
here today to let you know that I am going to know my role. And well, that's I'm trying to
That
be
sounds nice.
trying to be the Rock and like know your role and shut your mouth, but I can't shut my mouth because then it would be a solo cast.
I meant know your role as like, the safety word is happiness or something like that kind of role.
My safety word is banana. Oh God, banana! Banana!
I can't hear you with the ball gag in your mouth, but anyway, that's another story. Speaking of roles, you actually touched on what we will be talking about for the majority of the episode this evening. I am a huge role-playing game fan, and in a recent copy of Game Informer, I guess they listed the top 100 RPGs. I guess was it all time or
It's all time, but now let's back up and say this is a definitive list. This is their
no?
opinion, and opinions they're a lot like belly buttons. Everybody's got one.
And they're cute, but some
They'd
aren't
collect
cute.
lint.
And they, sometimes they're an innie, which is fine, but if they're an outie, then I don't want to hear your opinion or look at your belly button, but I'm weird. So
Yeah, if you have an outie, you look weird in a bathing suit. I'm just going to say it.
yeah, especially if you're like, well, never mind. We'll get to that when we're off the air.
If you've got an outie and abs, it looks exceptionally weird.
Like if you're a dude or
like you're a dude.
anyone.
You're a dude, and you've got an outie, and then you're not me, and you have abs. It looks exceptionally weird because like if a dude's got a little pudge, he can it like all gets flush. But if he doesn't, if he has no fluff, then it's just like a knot, like a mosquito bite right in the middle of his Johnny Ripple pecs.
It looks like trying to think of a good analogy. You know, like how top hats look when you turn them on the side, kind of like that.
You got a lovely bowler.
Exactly. But anyways, yes. So, oh my God, I lost my train of thought already. And Charles isn't even here. We miss you, Charles. Lost my train of thought without him here. Yes, role-playing games. This is a top 100 list, but as Jason said, this is not definitive. This is definitely not my opinion. This is just from one of the more popular video game magazines from, I'm not even sure how these jesters got this list constructed. I mean, I'm not sure if they
I think it was a case of beer and a dartboard. So
could be.
That's how I would come up with it. Just saying.
I mean, you're not too keen on role-playing games, so I mean,
I'm not the RPG fanatic. So this is you're going to be the star, sir. I'm going to be here for comic relief, and maybe I might be here for I'm the plucky cute friend. You're the star.
Someone's got to play that role. Well, thanks for being a trooper then tonight, Turf. I appreciate it. Well,
I know my role.
We have the banana. We have the 100 the list in front of us. I have mine on my screen. You have yours via physical copy in print. Black and white and all that good stuff.
It's like Jesus intended.
And nice. So I guess what we're going to do is kind of just go down the line. And now I love role-playing games. I haven't not played a lot of these on the list. I gave it a quick peruse. And yeah, some of these I never even touched before. So let's just do it.
Okay.
Lead us off.
We'll start with number 100.
Right.
Torment, the Tides of Numenaria.
Sounds like the Numa Numa song, but no, I never played that before.
Okay, well, it came for PS4X. Apparently, it was a download. Well, oh no, we'll skip it.
All right, screw that. What else you got? Uh-oh, you there? I think I just lost Turf. All right, we lost Turf, and I'm by myself now, but that's okay.
Kidding me.
There you are. All right, you're back. You good?
Yeah, I'm here. I didn't know
Okay,
you lost
cool.
me.
That's it.
99 was Dragon Quest 3.
Did a
And
little bit of it on the Game Boy Color, but didn't get too far. I forget why I stopped playing.
okay, well, I played a minute of it because I was trying to play through all the Dragon Warriors on the NES, and it just didn't happen.
Wasn't
So
happening? Okay. Gotcha.
uh,
Gotcha.
98, and this one kind of tickles my fancy. I like the idea, but I've never delved into it.
Hmm.
Was Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Heard of it? Want to try it. That one does look fun.
It was a tabletop game,
Yeah.
starting off, and so I mean, but yeah, I like the idea. I like the role playing fantasy in kind of a different world. There's no sorcerers and swords here. We got vampires and blood drinking.
Yeah, doesn't get much better than that. 97. What do you got?
97's Dark Cloud 2.
All right.
This is
Now
one
we
that you
can
like, right?
get down to business here. So I have tried 4 times to get into Dark Cloud 2. The first Dark Cloud I did not care for. And the second one promised me lots of improvements from the first one. So I start playing, and every time I get to maybe like 3 hours in, I just get bored of it. It is a gorgeous looking game. It has a lot of personality. It definitely did improve upon the first game, but I just cannot get sucked into it. And the thing is, I have heard people go on like hundreds and hundreds of hours in this game, and it just may not be the game for me, or the series for me.
And that may be the case. It may just be not just doesn't tickle your fancy. So
It's
a
got
lot of people
some
like
great
it.
ideas.
It's
Yeah,
I don't know, like I said, anything about it. Apparently, Level 5 did it. I like Level 5 because they did the Professor Layton games.
it's definitely level 5y. I mean, it's got that charm to it. There's like a lot of just so much crap you can do. You can make weapons, you can make inventions, you can take pictures, you can ride a giant robot, you can recruit allies that have special effects, and you can combine jewels to make stronger jewels to put on your weapons and make your weapons strong. There's always something to do in a level 5 game, and Dark Cloud 2 is no different. So
All right. Okay, 96, Lost Odyssey. It was an Xbox One and Xbox 360. It came out in 2008. You got anything for that?
played about an hour of it, but then I gave my 360 to someone else because I guess I was helping a friend out or something like that. They had nothing to do. Stopped playing it, but from what I played, it was pretty cool. Neat concept. You play as an immortal god named, no, he's half immortal. No, half god? He's special something.
He's an immortal
Anyway,
named Kim.
Kiam, that's it. Yeah, yeah. And you recruit other immortals, and you recruit mortal humans. It's actually a pretty neat concept, but I have no desire to get back into it. I don't want to get a 360 or just for one game, So, yeah.
All right, here's one that I was always interested in. I even bought it, and I just
Right.
never started playing. 95 is The World Ends With You.
All right. This is a game I played maybe a good 8 to 10 hours or so. It's pretty short. It's very different. Like, think of all you know about a role-playing game and just, throw it all out the window. Just pitch it out there and think of set your mind to a blank slate, and you will be ready to play The World's End With You. The World Ends With You. It's a mouthful of a title. In Japan, it was called It's a Wonderful World, which I think is more catchy, but that's another story. So in The World Ends With You, it takes place in a Shingoku in Japan, and your main character has to partake in something called the Reaper's Game, and if they don't win the game, they become erased. It's a really neat concept, really cool story. I love that it takes place in Japan. What I didn't like about it was it just got really, really busy. That screen will be crowded with so much going on, and you can make it easier for you, but it's a game that relies only on the stylus. It's a DS game. So you're just swiping and swirling and turning with that stylus, and if you don't mind that, then I think you'll enjoy it. As for me, once was enough. So.
All right, back in number 94, back in 2001, we got for the GBA Golden Sun.
So good.
The Golden Sun was I started off playing it, for some reason didn't finish it. It was actually, I played it. I went and saw a buddy of mine in Europe. He's in the Air Force. He was stationed in Germany at the time, and we drove around Europe in a Dodge Dakota. Which, if you've ever been to Europe, a Dodge Dakota is the biggest thing on the road. So, in the land of Opel smart cars, the Dodge Dakota is king.
Opel smart cars, nice.
But
well done.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a cool little RPG, kind of harking back to that 16-bit era that I love so much.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember much about it, but that was yeah, it was fun.
I liked it because at the time the Game Boy Advance had like nothing in terms of RPG.
Right.
And Golden Sun came out, and I was on cloud nine. Now I don't know if I could play it again. It might have just been like the only thing available. But for the time I did play it back when it was first released in '01, that was it was great, and I really appreciated Nintendo finally publishing freaking RPG. It took them a long time.
All right, number 93 is one I know nothing about. Pillars of Eternity.
I don't know anything about it either, so sorry about it.
If you know anything about it, hit us up. Let us know.
Yeah.
92, Tactics Ogre. Let us cling together.
Yes, great game.
PS1.
PS1, and then they made a kind of a shitty remake on the PSP. The PS1 though game it's gritty. It's got a really depressing story, but man, it's good old fashioned strategy RPG at its finest. Kind of grindy, but you feel good when you finish it. It's got that dark medieval theme going for it. You know, people are oppressed, and you know the nobility is growing fat. The poor are getting weaker and weaker. That whole thing, and you know, rebel against fight the power, rebel, that whole thing. It's great. Of course, there's some mysticism thrown to the side, but if you like strategy games, I mean, yeah, I can't go wrong with that. The only problem with it now, the PlayStation 1 version, is probably a little expensive. So if you have some disposable income, yeah, get that one. Otherwise, you may have to suffer with the PSP version.
Well, it's downloadable on the Wii U. So if you have a Wii U or
there
the
you
Wii,
go. Yeah.
So, see, 91 is Bastion. It was downloadable, I believe, for about everything in 2001 or since 2001 or 2011.
Nope.
Excuse me.
Nope, never played that one. So
my brother played it and he really liked it.
Right.
He's like, you need to give it a shot. All right, number 90. Number 90. I'm gonna let Philip just have at it, and he can go as long as he wants. Panzer Dragoon Saga.
Man, I'm not gonna take up too much time, but I'm just gonna say this: this game came out in '98, I believe.
Yes.
Yes. Correct.
Yes.
Okay. For the Sega Saturn, a system that's not really known for 3D display, graphics, that whole thing. Now, I've been playing RPGs since 1994, so I missed Panzer Dragoon Saga when it first came out in '98. I got to play it for the very first time in 2016. Yeah, 2016. So for a game to be that old, and for me to play it for the first time, all those years later, and for it to wow me in every single way, that says something about it. If I have one flaw against Panzer Dragoon Saga, it's that it is too expensive. People who want to try it are not going to be able to play it because it's just so damn much. And I think I got a good deal for it. And at this day and age, it's going up every day. Such a good game, though. God, there was a way to, if I were like a trillionaire, instead of a chicken in every pot, no, a Panzer Dragoon Saga in every Sega Saturn. That would be my platform. So
I would vote for you, sir.
Thank you.
I would vote
it's
for you.
It's just a really good game in every department. I can't say enough good things about it.
Right, number 89. It's on. I know it. I have it for the GameCube, but I've never played it. Tales from Symphonia.
Ah, yes. Not the first Tales game to become localized for the U.S. Market, but the one that kind of brought the series to prominence here in our shores. It's a good game for a lot of people. Again, it was for the GameCube, so not many RPG options at the time, and I loved it. I played through it 6 times. So great game. Yeah,
I'd say so. That's a pretty good mark.
Absolutely. Right. Tales is one of my favorite series of all time. So when I first heard of Symphonia was getting released, I was like, hey, finally we get another one. So I was pretty thrilled by it.
All right, number 88, Radiata Story.
Ah, yes. That is a fun little PlayStation 2 game from the folks at Tri-Ace. They made a fun little, kind of like a little slice of life game that takes place in a comical medieval setting. I mean, the story doesn't take itself too seriously, which I appreciate. I mean, the main character's name is Jack Russell, which is cute. You can just go around literally kicking things, and that's fun. It's silly, it's cartoony, but it's still good 60 to 70 hour long quest if you
Jesus.
explore. Yeah, it's pretty hefty. I enjoyed it. I only played it once, but yeah, it's pretty fun.
Okay. See, 87 is a pretty collectible PS1 game, Vagrant Story.
Man, and if there was ever a game that I would love to see remade, that it would be that. Now, I played Vagrant Story first when it came out initially on the PlayStation 1 during that like 5th generation of consoles. I had no idea what I was doing. Like, GameFAQs was still kind of lacking in terms of guides for it, so I just shelved it and said, I don't get it. Then it was like 11 years later that I got back to it, played through it, followed a guide to the letter, and I really enjoyed it. It's got a really awesome story. It takes place in the same setting as FF Tactics in a little side city. Cool main character, really intricate battle system that takes a lot of getting used to, but once it clicks, it's hard to put down. Really cool game, so highly recommended for those who are patient. Yeah.
All right. 86. I think this is one that's going to be actually own this one. Have this one.
You do?
Yeah, never played it because I started playing it. It sucked. It's Dungeons and Dragons. It's one of the first of the long running gold box games from Strategic Solutions Inc. Pool of Radiance is an advanced Dungeons and Dragons game. I started playing it and realized it was an NES RPG, and I quit playing it. So that was it. I played it just because I had to play every game.
Yeah.
I don't know if have you done the advanced Dungeons and Dragons games at all?
The arcade one, the beat 'em up.
Well, I know,
does that count?
Like on Apple II and Amiga and stuff like that beforehand. I think it's better on those. It didn't translate very well to the NES, like most RPGs. So, yeah, if you put nostalgia's sake or maybe like history's sake, if not, skip it.
Yeah.
See, 85, Might and Magic, World of Zine.
Okay, now I played the dark side of Zine, which I'm guessing it's the same premise. This was when I was like, oh man, 9 or 10 maybe. I can't recall much about it, but I recall it being really unique. It's that first-person Western RPG style that it's very, very grindy, not much narrative, but cool. It was pretty cool, for a PC game. I mean, I was still hooked to consoles, but yeah. So that's about all I got for that.
There you go, Zine, Might and Magic, World of Zine. 84 it's a newer game, Horizon Zero Dawn.
I haven't played it yet.
So that's actually like on the list of things that maybe to do. 83, it's the first collectible Wii game, Xenoblade Chronicles.
When I say Xenoblade, instead of XENO Blade, I say ZZZZZ no Blade because it put me to sleep. Yeah, it literally put me to sleep. I'm not even being facetious. I was playing it, and then next thing I know, someone's shaking my shoulder like, "Hey, Philip, wake up!" I'm like, what? Huh? Wiimote still in hand. It literally put me to sleep. I was so bored of it. So yeah, that's that one.
Well, that was like the first. It was that Operation Rainfall. Localized here, and the whole GameStop fiasco about used
price
games,
gouging,
reprints, and stuff like that. I actually got it on the first run when I first got the word that it was going to be collectible. I paid it was $40 still at GameStop used, and I was like, well, I'll give it a shot. So I grabbed it. I played it for a minute, and I was like, I don't have time for this. So
I bought the day it came out, and I don't regret buying it. I mean, it's nice because I like other Xeno games, so it's nice having it. But it did nothing for me.
All right, number 82. This is right up my alley. This is one that Daddy likes. I bought this and I played it. South Park: Stick of Truth. If you've ever wanted to be in an episode of South Park and wanted to play through it, and lots of fart jokes and let's make fun of the Jew, South Park: Stick of Truth is great. It's short, but it is fun.
All right, I haven't tried that one yet. I do.
It's only about 12 hours, and I think you can get it for like $10. So, nice. Or if you pre-order South Park: Fractured But Whole, you can get Stick of Truth downloadable for free.
That title.
I love the title. That's the best title of the video game.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, we got
81
this.
is Destiny. It's a
Nah, I did.
shooter. It's so it RPG shooter thing. Yeah, okay. I didn't play it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Let's see. 80. This is a PS2 title. I'm sure this is going to tickle your jimmies. Odin
Hmm.
Sphere.
Odin Sphere. Now, I call it the red rose of gaming because, roses are lovely to look at. Am I right? Stop and smell the roses, but you never stop to pick the roses, do you? Odin Sphere is lovely to look at. It's a gorgeous looking game, but actually playing it is a nightmare. It is not fun. It's buggy. It is grindy. It is just all kinds of wrong. Now, I heard they changed all that in the Vita remake, and the remake is also on the PS4. So I'm interested in that. But the original PS2 version, oh God, such a disappointment. It got so much hype, and I was so let down.
You know how much of an encyclopedia of RPG knowledge you are? It's
Oh,
it's pretty impressive.
thank you, thank you.
Some of these are pretty
Well,
obscure. All right, 79 for PS3, 360, and PC in 2012. It brought us Dragon's Dogma.
is that the Capcom one? I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard lots of good things and lots of terrible things. I never heard any like middle ground about that one, so
Okay.
I can't really comment on that one.
All right. Well, me neither. No
Yeah,
idea.
that's okay.
Number 78 for PC, Mac, and Linux, Apple II, Commodore 64. It's Wasteland. I've never even heard of it. Most of these I've
Me,
at least heard of in passing. This is a
me neither.
1988 Interplay CRPG. I don't even know what a CRPG is.
Maybe a computer. I don't know. Like I was 4 in that year, so I'm like,
Right.
no.
Okay, so we'll just skip that one.
Yeah.
All right. Number 77 is one that I want to play. We talked about it before. It's an Atlas title, Radiant Historia.
Yeah, it's a great little DS RPG, and they're making there's going to be a remake of it pretty soon, I believe, for the Switch. I think for the Switch 3DS, one of the two. Either way, it's getting remade. Really cool story. You play as this guy named Stock, and he was sent on a mission. The mission doesn't go too well, and his allies end up getting killed. However, he gets the ability to travel back in time and prevent the allies from getting killed, as well as travel around different nodes of time. A little bit of Chrono Trigger, a little bit of Choose Your Own Adventure thrown in there. It's got a neat battle system where you kind of clump enemies together and then set them up for a big explosion attack type of thing. So a little bit of strategy involved. Great looking game, great sounding game. I love the music in it. And only 30 hours. Not a bad game at all. I think anyone who wants to maybe get that first taste of RPG, I think they might like this one.
All right. 76 is Ultima 4, The Quest of the Avatar. Hey, I have this one too.
All right, let's hear about it.
Never played it. Sorry.
Oh,
I haven't played it.
I haven't either. I never gotten the whole Ultima franchise. So
okay, well, there you go. 75 is Shadow Hearts Covenant.
Great game. Great game. I love it so much. It's such a fun, humorous title. Like it's usually funny, but then there are times things get dark and it does it well. It does that transition well. Really memorable characters. My brother actually played it for the very first time, maybe about 3 months ago. He's a big RPG fan too, and he gave it 10s across the board. He loved it. I mean, that game came out over 10 years ago, so for it to still have some staying power, great. Now, I definitely recommend playing the very first Shadow Hearts before you play Covenant, because it is a sequel, and a lot of the events that happen in Covenant, they're based off of what happened in the first game. And if you really want to, get fancy, you should definitely check out the game that came before both of those, called Kudelka, which is, I'm not sure if it's on the list or not, but yeah, great PS1 game, still set in the same kind of dark setting, and yeah, tangent, trying to get off tangent. Yeah, that was a good choice. Yes.
74, Monster Hunter Generations. I've never played any of the Monster Hunter games, but after seeing the one for PS4 that they showed in E3, I might be dabbling.
Well, Monster Hunter, don't those rely on like you having some buddies to play it with online and teaming up?
No idea. I know nothing about it.
I don't either. So yeah, can't help you much there.
Okay. Well, here's one that I know will rustle your jimmies.
Oh yeah.
I know that you're in on this one. 73, Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, I was surprised to see it on here. Love the game. My favorite Castlevania of all time. I still play it from time to time today, like just pop it in for a bit, get to a certain point, save, turn it off, come back later. I'm surprised it's considered on, an RPG on this list. I mean, yeah, you level up and I guess there's RPG elements, but I don't know. I always consider it more like the Metroidvania
Well,
style.
yeah, that's what I was thinking, but yeah.
This list,
Okay, whatever they want, if they want to put it on the list, that's fine.
Yeah, great game. I love it. Did you play that? I can't remember.
No, I haven't. I've wanted to for years, and I've just never have. I've never sat down and played it. I've got to do that.
Yep.
72 is Paper Mario. Good Nintendo 64 fun on a system that's really lacking. RPGs. It had like Paper Mario,
first couple hours of it.
It's fun. It's like the spiritual successor to Mario RPG. So
right on.
It's fun. It's weird, and I like it. 71 is. Oh, go ahead.
I was saying this is funny, and I mean those Mario games are hilarious. So
right. I like the writing in them. It's childish and fun, and it's good for me.
Yep.
71, a completely different setting than most of the things you see. It's like ancient China. It's Jade Empire. Yeah, it was cool. It was martial arts, very kung fu driven.
Mm-hmm.
Like it came out of like after as a reaction to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. So that's my opinion. It may not have. It may have had nothing to do with that, but it just seemed like it was about the same time. So Jade Empire was cool. I was into it. I think it was a BioWare game. I really loved Knights of the Old Republic, so it was behind that. And it had a cool steelbook for the original Xbox. So
I didn't know it had a steelbook, but yeah. The Xbox didn't have any RPGs either, and Jade Empire was really solid because all the choices you made just dictated like what type of character you would end up with. And at the time, I didn't see many games like that, but it was cool. And of course, all the martial arts. I know you're big into martial arts, Turf, so
yeah, it was something different, and because since the way Dungeons and Dragons set the table in the 60s or 70s or whenever they started doing that. Mm-hmm. Jade Empire kind of got away from that swords and sorcery type thing, and it was kung fu and stuff. It was cool. It was something different. I don't know many games that were set in that style.
Right. All right, good choice.
70 was one that people may kill us for not knowing about, but it's a big deal on the internet right now. Is Undertale.
I never touched it, and
I've heard it's great.
Yeah,
and people that like Undertale will tell you that it's great. So.
Yeah, they sure will.
All right, I'm going to try to say this one, and I always say it wrong. 69 is Disgaea. Is that right?
Yeah. Got it.
Hour of Darkness.
Yep. Great little strategy game that just came out of nowhere. And at the time, I never knew that you can do all this stuff in a strategy game. Like you can pick up your allies and throw them. You can stack them. There were panels that had different area of effects. The story, you played the ruler of the underworld. I mean, that's fun little dark twist. It was comical as hell, and there's demonic warlords and exploding penguins and angel assassins. It's just quirky. It's clearly from Japan. It was the beginning of a huge franchise for Nippon Ichi, and I remember buying the day I bought it. It was the same day I got Soul Calibur 2 for the PlayStation 2. So it was a very productive summer, the days I got those. Yeah,
I would have started Soul Calibur, but that's just me.
I played that too. I mean,
I loved it.
Love that game.
Anyways, 68 for PS4 came out, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Divinity: Original Sin.
Never touched it, so I got no comment on that one.
We'll get cooking then. 67 for PC, 2013. Path of Exile.
Nope. Same. See above.
All right. See something. Embracing many of the aspects that put Diablo on the map. Really like Diablo. So, 66, XCOM, Enemy Unknown.
See above. Nothing.
All right. 65, a BioWare game, Mass Effect. I like Mass Effect. I didn't finish the first one, never played the second or third one, but I liked it. It just was long, and I have a short attention span.
I never tried it, so I got nothing.
All right. It's a lot like Knights of the Old Republic in the battle system. It wasn't, like Japanese RPGs, like we're going to hit, wait, everybody takes a turn, we're going to hit again. It was like as soon as your speed was up enough, you would fire again, or you'd select attack, and you could hide behind stuff. And it was neat. It was something different.
Now, I do want to try it. I'll get to it. It's one of those I'll get to, you know.
Yeah. Okay, 64. This is another one I've heard good things about on Steam. Anyhow, it's Darkest Dungeon. I've
Haven't
never
touched it
played
yet.
it,
Haven't
but
tried it.
it's a downloadable on PS4, I know, and on Steam. So if I ever get time,
Yeah, that's
like
a
right
problem.
now,
You can take time.
time is my biggest problem in that. And there's the Steam sales going on right now, and they put Farming Simulator on sale. And I don't know why, but I want to play Farming Simulator. But that's a different story. We'll skip. I'm chasing rabbits.
It's the Arkansan in you, you know.
Well, it is. Well,
God's
I don't
country.
know. That's right. It's up there in God's country. I want to drive a tractor. I want to raise some crops.
Think your tractor sexy?
Number 63, Valkyria Chronicles.
See, this is the game that made me buy the PS3. I said, okay, I'm only gonna buy a PS3 if there's a game I want to try, and that was the one, and it was great. A little bit of third-person shooter, a little bit of strategy game, a little bit of that good RPG storytelling. It's clearly based off of World War II. Great, watercolor 3D graphics, great score of music. Yeah, recommend it to everyone. I think almost everyone will enjoy that one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see, 62, Baldur's Gate.
I mean, it has a huge reputation, but I never tried it. Just never got around to it.
Never did it. 61, The Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings.
See above.
Right, nothing, man. We at least we're moving faster.
Yeah.
60, Icewind Dale 2, PC in 2002. I got nothing.
Read the books, never played the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a books. Okay. Well.
Yeah. R.A. Salvatore.
All right, 59. Oh, really? There's R.A. Salvatore. Okay.
Yeah.
I have heard of that. All right, yeah. 59. This. I'm going to chalk this up as a disappointment. Because I tried to play.
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
Chrono Cross. I wanted Chrono Trigger, and I did not get Chrono Trigger. I got Chrono Cross.
Mm-hmm. You sure did.
I didn't make it very far because it wasn't Chrono Trigger.
You're not alone. I mean, it's just, you went from having this, this little group of 6 warriors from different time periods that were all different to this, 40 plus characters whose only, differentiating feature were their accents. They added nothing to the story. Battle system it looked confusing when it really was just kind of cumbersome. Magic was all over the place. I don't know. I mean, it had a good soundtrack. I'll give it that. It was pretty. I enjoyed it. I played it a couple times, but I went through it a couple times, but it was not Chrono Trigger. So,
all right. Well, Faux Shot is in the chat talking about
Hager
Chronicles. All right. Anyways, so now we're gonna get. I don't know when he typed that. So.
Okay. Well.
Number 58, Tales of the Unknown, Volume 1, The Bard's Tale. I have Bard's Tale. There's an NES game called Bard's Tale. I have it. Huh. I didn't play it. I take that back. I did try to play it because you're in like a town. Yeah. Is where you start off, and I don't know anything else about it.
I got nothing for it either. So.
All right. 57, Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yes.
Okay, let's hear about it.
No, I'm just saying that because I heard nothing but sensational things about it. Like, it's supposed to be awesome, but again, when you're an RPG fan, you have to like pick and choose. Like, you do not have as much time as you think. I'm not 14 years old anymore, living in my parents' basement. So I don't have all the time to commit to these RPGs. I have adult stuff to do, so I gotta pick and choose. So that's life.
Here's one that I played. I played to almost ad nauseum. Fable 2.
Take it away, Sheriff. I want to hear about this.
Said that Fable was overhyped and underdelivered. Fable 2 was a lot of fun. I played it. Did about everything in the game. I liked the choices you could make actually affected your appearance. That was cool. Like, if you were really evil, you grow horns and be like the devil, or you could be like really majestic and pretty. If you died, you got scars. So of course, my guy, being as careful as I am, he was pristine. He was
scarless,
handsome gentleman. You did not. Occasionally, he might get a little scratch. He might get a little something. He might get
some blemish, but that's nothing. A couple of plastic surgeons can't
scars, right? So,
yeah.
I loved it. I love Fable. I love Fable 2 and I love Fable 3. The first one was okay, but it was a whole new way of playing games. I bought the first one shortly after it came out, and I dug it so much I bought the second one and the third one the day as they came out.
Nice.
I'd like more Fable. I enjoy Fable. The trash that they came out with that they're calling Fable is not Fable. So All right. So number 55, Skies of Arcadia.
Oh man, so good! Such a great game. I played the GameCube version, and man, if you like pirates and you like the idea of just exploring, the skis. Blah. Take two, English. No, if you like the idea of exploring the seven skies, if you will, instead of the ocean, you are in for a treat. It's got a great cast of characters, a great premise. It's so cool, just traveling in your giant pirate airship from planet to planet. It has a really unique battle system that's, kind of classic, but there's still some stuff that will keep you on your toes. And yeah, that was a good 60 hours of game time for that one. And that's one I want to replay at some point. It's a fun game.
Awesome. Number 54 is Grandia 2.
All right. We're keeping with the Dreamcast theme here, I see. That's definitely one of the best games in the series. It's not my favorite, but I really liked it. It has a really fun story that's kind of predictable, but you don't care because the characters are so well written and the battle system is addictive. You will be unintentionally grinding because the battles are so much fun. It's like a little bit of real time, a little bit of turn-based, all rolled into a nice, carefully woven package, and I love it. It's a great game, either PS2 or Dreamcast version or PC version. I think there's a PC one too.
All right, so 53. This is one that you like. I'm pretty sure Star Ocean.
The second story. Yeah, yes. That was the first RPG that I spent over 100 hours on. This is back in the year 2000, I believe. And yeah, once you think you've seen it all, there is so much just stuff to do in that game. You can, build bonds with your party members. You can make items. You can write books. You can cook food. You can play instruments. You can play in an orchestra. You can craft metals. You can fortify armor. You can, be a blacksmith. Oh, and don't forget to save the world, by the way, with a really addictive battle system. So yeah, fantastic.
Number 52 is Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Elder Scrolls people love it. I tried Morrowind for a second on Xbox, and I just didn't do it. I think I was past the swords and dragons and stuff by then.
Yeah, never played it. So,
all right. 51, Dragon Quest 8, Journey of the Cursed King.
7, looks like 7. Dragon Quest 7.
That VIII is 8.
Ah, okay. My list has a typo then. And yes, sorry, Sora, not a Dragon Quest person. Like, I just don't have the time. I know. I love you, but I just don't have the time for him.
Number 50 is a DS and Game Boy Color game.
Yeah.
This is huge. Pokemon Gold and Silver.
I was Team Gold. I don't know about you. Bless you.
I was Team Pepper, sneezing, allergies.
I know. My brother was Team Silver, so we got to trade off pretty quickly. You what?
Did you catch them all?
Close. Oh. One of our neighbors was Silver as well, so I mean, a lot of work, but got close to it.
All right, 49, cracking the top half. Xenogears. It was a PS1 game. That's all I know about it.
It is fantastic. It is really story heavy. It is a lot of reading. I hope you like reading, but it's worth it because overall it's one of those games that has a lot of good ideas. Not all of them were executed too well, but it's a really fun game overall. Highly recommended.
All right, 48, Persona 3. Was it Persona 5 came out recently, so it must have been good.
Yeah. Persona, that's one I've always tried to get into. I try to get into 1. I try to get into 2. I try to get into 4. I haven't tried 3 yet, but I could not get into any of the other ones I've tried. So I'm not too hopeful about 3, but I'm going to try it still. Heard good things.
Right, so is that part of the Shin Megami Tensei noise?
It's kind of like a sub-series of it, yeah.
Okay, cool. 47 is another. I didn't really qualify as a role-playing game, in my opinion. More of an adventure. Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. It was the launch title for the Switch. It was the game. It still is the game for the Switch. It was a blast. I loved it.
How many hours you got in that?
I didn't finish it. I'm like 3/4 of the way through, and then Mario Kart 8 came out, and I started playing that. And then Arms came out, and I started playing that. I'm about 70 hours in, and nice. I haven't. I mean, I've gotten 3/4 of the bosses main story done. There's still so much more to do. People are putting 300 and 400 hours in this game.
I heard. So. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
All right, number 46 for the PS3 is Demon Souls.
Oh, such a good game. And our friend over at VG Collect, Telly, aka Asa, he is playing through it now, and he is keeping me up to date on his progress. It's a very difficult game. It's one of those games where you feel so good about yourself after you overcome a tough boss or a tough obstacle. So,
All right.
great game. Yep.
Number 45 is Mass Effect 3. Never played it.
Never played it. Next.
I've heard good things. All right, 44. My brother will slap me for not knowing anything about this one. Fire Emblem Awakening.
He might slap me too.
Emblem, so he loves it. Apparently, they're great. People are crazy about them, but no.
Let me just say this about Fire Emblem. I respect it. I just don't have the energy for it. So, yeah.
All right, 43 is Wizardry: Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord. It's an NES game. I have it, but never played it. 42. This is one I played back in the day. It was a Super Nintendo game, Shadowrun. It was a cool thing that it's like it was the Matrix before the Matrix. You could plug in something actually called the Matrix, and your consciousness went in there. And then, like outside the world, there was orcs and magic, and it was weird. It was a weird setting.
Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo game, super fun.
All right.
Actually, cool story about this one. I actually have the copy. I ran into it 20 years later that I rented when I was a kid. I found it in a used game store. Unreal. So it's one of my favorite things I have in my collection, actually.
Nice.
All right. Let's see. Turn the page here. 41 Xenosaga Episode 1. Der Wille zur Macht.
I think that translates to the will for power, something like that in German. Sure. Either way, I got that the day it came out, and it was great. It's a sci-fi setting with an outer space, a little outer spaciness going on. It takes place in our world in the far future, where man just is on the run from this alien race called the Gnosis, and they're doing everything they can to prevent themselves from being destroyed by them. It's a really cool game. A little bit of darkness to the themes there, but yeah, great stuff there.
And 40. I've heard good things about this one. Never played it. Neverwinter Nights.
Heard good. I'm right there with you. Heard good things. Never tried.
It was an MMO set within the Dungeons and Dragons universe. Apparently.
Yeah, I think so.
Huh. That's weird. All right. So 38 is Fallout. They've made 3 sequels, so it must be good.
Yep. I never played the first one.
I never played any of them. 38 System Shock. I'm not even aware of that one. So
I heard of it. I heard good things. Just haven't gotten around to it.
Okay. 37. This is one I actually played all the way through, and I love it. Love the game. Right. I want to play it again. Diablo 3. I never played Diablo 2, which people say is the best thing on the planet. But Diablo 3 was great. I played as the witch doctor, and I had little zombie dogs chasing around, and a giant spider that would attack people. Love it. Loved it. I love the familiars and all that stuff. I'd like to play. I want to do a second playthrough with a different character, but time.
Exactly.
Yep. 36 Fallout New Vegas. More Fallout post-apocalyptic fun. I hear people love it. I got a buddy that he played New Vegas and Fallout 3 and did absolutely everything in those games. Jeez. Like he was looking for gnomes at one point, like yard gnomes. I don't know.
Damn, never played it, so can't comment.
35 Final Fantasy 10, or is it 10 or X?
That's 10. I never got the appeal to it. I mean, I love Final Fantasy, but that's just one I just can never get into. Kind of like going back to Dark Cloud 2. I've tried many times to get into it, but I just lose interest real quick,
Yeah, so, I understand.
Yep.
Let's see.
What else you got?
34 is Phantasy Star 4, The End of the Millennium.
Ooh, yeah, I heard good things. No, I did play that for like the first 20 minutes. I don't know why I stopped. I'll put a pin in that. We'll get back to it someday.
Okay. We'll come back to it someday. 33 is the OG, the granddaddy of them all. The #1 role-playing game on a console, Final Fantasy. I've actually played it. It's not bad. Right. Very, very super grindy, but it's not bad.
Right there with you. Started with I had the fighter, thief, white mage, black mage, and that's my try.
I think that's what I had.
Hey, great minds, tell you.
Yeah, that's exactly it. All right, 32 Valkyrie Profile.
Oh God, such a good game. I just finished it again for the 12th time 4 or 5 months ago. So good. So good. I would go into it, but we're running out of time. So
All right. 31 is Ultima 7, The Black Gate.
Ultima never got
man.
into. Yeah.
30 is Persona 4. There's another sequel to that, so it must have been good.
Yeah, again, tried it for an hour, just couldn't get into it. So
all right. 29, Suikoden 2.
I think it's Suikoden or Suikoden, whatever you want to call it. But the second one is definitely regarded as the best. It's not the best to me, but it's definitely up there. It's really good, and now it's available for download on the PlayStation Network, so you don't have to pay $120 for a loose copy of it. So yeah, check it out.
That's important. All right. Here's another one that I've played actually several times. Number 28, yes. Super Mario RPG.
Legend of the Seven Stars.
I love it, man. I love this game. It had like an action bit, because I was a teenage boy. I said, we're gonna play some RPG. You're like, all right, I gotta mash a button to win. I didn't just press A to win. I had to press A and then time A to win.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I loved mixing Mario with that the Square soft, the stuff they did. I love is it Nimbus? I can't even think of his name. Mallow. And I love Gino. I love Bowser with throwing the chain chomp. Man, Princess and her frying pan or umbrella or whatever. Fantastic.
It was a frying pan, and she threw bombs, like little bombs. Not even bombs, just like legit, old Snidely Whiplash twirling bombs. Like, what? It's so bizarre. It was great.
Then number 27 is another one that I've played several times. Earthbound. It's extremely expensive.
Take it away. Never played it.
Probably does not constitute the money that it is, but it's fun. It's weird. It's quirky. You get to fight hippies.
Nice.
I love it, man. It goes from a game that it's like, I'm a little kid going around my town fighting with a baseball bat and a yo-yo, and it turns into something like aliens and an acid trip, and you leave your body and get in a robot. Spoiler alert.
I'm not gonna play it, so spoil away, my friend. Spoil away.
It's a little grindy, but I liked it. One of the things that I did like about it is when you level up past a character or an enemy, they either run from you, or if you do attack them, they have instant kills. Like, you don't have to go through all the thing of like, I'm going to kill you in one hit at a time. It just like, it flashes and like, yeah, you won. Here's your experience and your money. So it's super fun. It's on the Wii U Virtual Console for like $10. Play it. I can't say enough good things about it. So,
all right.
It's different. It's not your typical RPG. So 26, Dragon Age Origins. I never played it, but people like it.
Yep.
All right, I have this game. I have two different styles. I have it on PS2 and PS3. 25 is Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm a Disney nerd. I'm a Disney kid. So the idea of like, we're going to mix this together with Disney, I'm like, yeah, I'm in. I played Kingdom Hearts 1 and I just never got around to 2. I want to play 2. I want to play 3 whenever it comes out, but I just haven't done it. So
I never played it, so I got nothing for you. I played the first one. Yeah,
it's fun. I mean, there's more. It's not just. I thought it was going to be one of the press aid and win type deals, but there's movement around. There's like actual battle in it, or how do I say it? It's not. You're actually fighting. You're controlling the fight, and you're not just pressing A to attack. So, and you can cast spells. Donald and Goofy are helping you out. You go to the different worlds of all the different characters.
I played the first one, and they were there, so I kind of figured it's more of that. Yeah, but
it's. I don't know about 2, but 1 was a blast. Yeah. All right, 24 is Dark Souls.
Now that's a solid game. So much fun. It's difficult as hell. You will die a lot, but like its predecessor Demon Souls, you will feel so good about yourself. Really cool, dark medieval fantasy setting, and lots of customization options. Such a really good, solid action RPG.
All right, number 23. I'm going to say it like it's printed, even though I disagree. Final Fantasy 4.
Or if you're a dick. Now,
if you're a dick, it's 4. If not, it's Final Fantasy 2 on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, this is my first bit of exposure to RPGs. I remember watching someone play this at a sleepover, and I was like, what is this? And now Final Fantasy 4 has ended up becoming my favorite Final Fantasy of all time. So, I played through that one maybe 9 times now. It's one of my favorites.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's definitely fun. I've played through it twice, I think.
Yeah, great game.
So it is a good one. Number 22 is EverQuest. That kind of started the MMORPG. Or MMOPRG. Is that right? No, that's not right. That's a
MMORPG. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, it was one of the first big ones. 21 Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. I tried it on Xbox, couldn't do it.
Yep.
Number 20 is Diablo for PS1, PC, and Mac. Never played it, but I like Diablo 3. You heard about that. So 19, this just came out. Persona 5.
Haven't got a chance to try it yet, but people are logging 100 hours plus into it. So,
all right. Number 18 is one that I didn't really care for.
And that's okay.
Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, I mean that's okay though. I mean it's not everyone's gonna like every game. I really enjoyed it. You know, I played through it twice. Great game, great story. I mean, it has a really shocking scene in the middle of the game that caught me off guard. I think it caught everyone off guard. But yeah, good. It's good Final Fantasy stuff on a modern-ish console at the time. So.
All right. Well, yeah, that was kind of my falling off point of the role-playing games was Final Fantasy 7. I just couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. All right, 17. Pardon me. Ultima Online. I got nothing. Here you go. Number 16. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Mr. Philip Cashel. Cash Daddy.
For nasty.
Number 16. One of his favorite games of all time. Secret of Mana.
Oh, such a good game. It is one of my favorite games of all time. It's one that I will happily replay anytime someone says, hey, do you have anything two-player? I'm like, why, yes, I do. And yeah, I'm not sure what it is about it. I mean, yeah, there's other games with better stories, games with better music, games with better gameplay, games with better graphics, games with better everything. But something about Secret of Mana just, what's the saying? Hits me in the wheelhouse. Is that?
It's right in my wheelhouse. There you go.
Right in the wheelhouse. It is such a good Super Nintendo title that I will play again and again and again. So.
Okay. Hey, I like that you're picking up some of my colloquialisms. I like that. All right. Number 15. This started a freaking cultural phenomenon.
It sure did.
It's still running now. I mean, like 11,000 games later, and cartoons and stuffed animals and trading cards and kids going
Shirts,
crazy.
Mugs, hats,
you
socks,
name it.
shoes.
Baseballs, the flamethrower. Number 15, Pokemon Red and Blue.
I was Team Red. My brother was Team Blue. We got them all.
Wow, did you really?
We got all 151.
I played Red for a little while. I was a little too old when it came out. It just missed me. My little brother played it, and he played the bejesus out of it. He loved it. Him and his buddies. They got them all. They played Red and Blue, and he's 7 years younger than me, so it was just right for him. He was about 10 years old when it came out, so it was perfect.
I mean, when Pokemon came out, I gave my freshman high school speech on Pokemon. I got the highest grade in the class on that speech. So I will tell that story forever.
Pokemon, gotta catch him now. All right, number 14, Deus Ex.
Never played it.
Me neither. It's a PS2 game. I figured you had. 13, Planescape Torment. I figured hiding this 13, I'd at least heard about it before.
Yeah, it doesn't look like my thing. It looks kind of silly.
Okay,
so I'm kind of over it.
All right, number 12, Fallout 3. I've heard great things. Never played it.
I've heard great things too, but first-person perspective, I just can't do.
Okay. Yeah. Number 11 is Bloodborne.
I platinumed that game about 2 hours ago.
Are you serious?
I am serious. It is fantastic. It's better than Demon Souls, better than Dark Souls. It is hard as hell. It is bloody. It is scary at times. I mean, I think anyone who has a PS4 and isn't afraid of a little bit of blood should check it out. It is so good. So.
All right, number 10, Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yes. Now, like Final Fantasy IV is my favorite game that had a number attached to it. Tactics is my game that does not have a number attached to it in the Final Fantasy series. I have played through this game 3 times, and definitely want to do a 4th at some point. It is classic Final Fantasy job system with a cool strategy RPG setting and a great story, and yeah, good times. Love it.
All right, number 9, Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Aeon.
Like meditation, but no, never played it.
Okay. Number 8, Diablo 2. People love it more than Diablo 3. I'd like to play it, but if they like it more, I need to give it a go. I I had some buddies in college that were really into Diablo 2. They're like, it's a dungeon crawler, and you get to blah blah, and you can be a necromancer. I think that was the one. Anyways, yeah, I was in, but I haven't played it. Number 7.
I'm sure you like this one.
This is one. This is the reason that everybody should stop and go buy an Xbox, like the OG Xbox right now. Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. It's set 4,000 years before the original trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of the cool same species and stuff. You get just man, I can't even talk. It's so awesome. You wake up and you don't remember your past, and it turns out that you have force powers, and then there's a story all around that. And dude, go! I bought it the day it came out. I've played that game probably 10 times. I love it. I actually last year at Retropalooza, there was a guy that was he was wanting to play it. He's like, I've never played it. He's like, I've only got $10. He may have scammed me. I don't know. I was like, but I was thinking, hey, this guy, he needs to play this game. Just buy this game. So I sold one to him cheap just to make sure somebody got to play it. And I may have gotten ripped off. I don't know. My love of Star Wars may have blinded me. All right, here's one that has ruined lives left and right. Many people have dropped out of college or flunked out of college because of this game.
Number one cause for divorce in America is
World of Warcraft.
And I never played it before in my life.
Me neither. So. I've heard. I mean, people love it. My brother plays it. He loves it. He plays it. Yeah. So there you go. Number 5 is a newer game, The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt.
The Witcher I hear good things about, but
I've
once
heard
again,
it's huge.
Just never got into it.
Yeah. Number 4, Mass Effect 2. Again, it's kind of a shame I never played it.
Yeah.
Number
3, finally.
Number 3, Sweet Baby Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Slap your mama. This one's good. Call in the kids and close the doors. We're playing Chrono Trigger.
Oh man, such a good game,
dude. I can't really say how good it is. It's for the Super Nintendo. The time
DS,
travel,
if you want to
the DS,
not pay so much. Yeah,
get it for the DS. You play it on your 3DS if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, man, I don't even know what to say. The time traveling, the turn-based element, the humor, the hair, the frog. It's all there.
That hair. Just unique characters, each with their unique set of skills and their unique weaponry. It has such good pacing. First 15 minutes you're running through time, you end up in the Middle Ages. Then you're rescuing a princess. You come back, then you get thrown into jail. And then you escape jail and you bust out and you end up in thousands of years into the future. I mean, all within the first 2.5, 3 hours. It has such a good story, such good pacing, great writing. And great replay value. It's only like 25, 30 hours, so you can play it over and over, and has the fantastic New Game Plus feature.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yep. Once you finish it once,
you get to keep all your weapons, and you can just roll through the story again.
Exactly. You keep your money, keep your items, keep your upgrades, you keep your spells, you keep everything. And that was the first time I heard of such a concept. I'm like, oh my god, mind blown. So yeah, can't go on Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger is probably it's one or two of all time for me. All right, here's one that I'm not going to argue with being number 2, Final Fantasy 3 for the Super Nintendo. Not 6 because I'm not a dick.
6 if you're a dick about it. No, that was a great game.
Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 3, whatever you want to call it, is darn near perfect. It is like the sister game to Chrono Trigger. They're very similar in style. And pacing and even humor. They were the two best role-playing games. If you had to pick a pair from any system, these both came out on the Super Nintendo, and that's the best pair of games ever. I mean, they were. I don't know, man. That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, and I know what you're getting at. Like Final Fantasy 3 and the SNES. Played through that, once on the once that way. And then I played it again on the Game Boy Advance when it was Final Fantasy 6, and both times are fantastic. Tons of characters, each unique, great story, a really memorable villain. Whether or not you like him, that's a different story. But you can't deny he is memorable.
Absolutely.
And a very, very surprising plot twist right near the middle. Like, not everything's sunshine and roses in this role-playing game, and those who are looking for happiness are going to be in for a rude awakening. So yeah, it's pretty solid. But what's the number one? I mean, what could
Number one.
possibly beat these all out?
Number one. According to Game Informer, the number one best role-playing game of all time is The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim.
Which I never played.
I've never played. I mean, that's very anticlimactic, wasn't it? We're like,
yeah,
oh, well, never played it. I've heard people that they spend hundreds of hours on this game because you can do so much without even playing the actual storyline. You can, man, I've never played. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's like one of the things I like about RPGs is that there's kind of like a narrative, a focused narrative. I mean, yeah, it's fun to branch off every now and again, but I mean, get to the point. Time is money.
I mean, there is a story in there, and there is something to do, but there's just so much to do outside of that you don't have to touch it. But There you go, folks. There's Game Informer.
Like
100. That was like a sprint through that. We probably should have broken that up into 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But I hope y'all enjoyed that. That was quick. It was dirty. I'm sure there's some stuff that we left out. That Game Informer.
We didn't leave anything out. It was Game Informer who left it out. Sorry about it.
Man, I don't know if there's anything that you think you should be on there. Maybe you should hit us up on Twitter at OPB Podcast, Facebook.com/OPB Podcast, or you can email us opbpodcast@gmail.com. If you like this episode and you would like to see more of this, that we don't always go through something so fast. There's more opinions out there.
Time is money, like I said.
So we're trying to squeeze this in an hour. So you can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, anywhere else you can download your podcasts. We appreciate it. There are also the videos on the YouTubes. So check that out. There's 60 more episodes that you can check out. So there you go, man. Philip, I appreciate you joining me tonight. Charles, you were definitely missed, sir.
Yes. Definitely missed. You know what? You get responsibilities. We get it. Adulting does take priority at times.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call this one a night.
Sounds good. Thank you for watching.
Thank you all. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Hit us up next week. Here's some quick announcement for you.
We may have a show next week. Will we?
No, maybe. Stay tuned to the Twitter.
Okay. Well, either way, we'll see you soon.
All right, man. We'll see y'all later.
Later.